My name is Edward Martinez, network engineer. Company is probably about 5,000 employees, and we're in the beverage industry. Ever since I started, that was one of the main services that I had to sort of understand and get involved with as soon as I started at our company. One of our use cases is we use it for authentication for the wireless. So our internal corporate network is using the Cisco ISE server in order to authenticate clients and make sure that we have the right clients on the wireless side, as well as on the wired side. We just introduced that about a year ago, and we're actually introducing it on the wired side to make sure all our wired clients are, our clients and not some rando plugging into the network and stuff. I think it was, authentication, right? And not using PSKs, so your traditional pre-shared keys, right? And so I think they wanted to get away from pre-shared keys. People share them and whatnot, and so they wanted something that would allow clients to just connect automatically, not have a pre-shared key, and be secure, right? That's the most important part, is making sure that the right clients are getting on our internal corporate network. I think it's just the ease of use. It's pretty simple to set up certs and that we can add to our clients to make sure that they connect properly, whitelisting MAC addresses and stuff like that. So and then it also integrates really well with some of our other services like ServiceNow and whatnot, so we can easily, a ticket comes in and then boom, it's automatically going to the ISE, and then the ISE is allowing that client with that MAC address to get on the network easily. Definitely, getting away from pre-shared keys. I think that's been the biggest key is allowing users to connect to the internal network, the employees network from anywhere, so across the entire US, and just sort of allowing that ease of use, and then allowing us to see what's connected to the network in terms of, we could see that there's only really clients. We can also really see that, we could see what's connected on the wired side and what's getting blocked, and understand, from our users, okay, that's getting plugged in, what do you guys use this for, right? And so it's allowing a layer of defense that's super important to our organization. Yeah, I think it does the job, right? I think it's a perfect solution in order to manage a large corporate network. I don't think we've gotten away from zero trust completely, but it has helped a lot, right? It's allowed on the server side and on the infrastructure side to allow certain clients. We don't have to trust the client necessarily. It's, we know that that's a corporate client, right? And then we don't have to play any guessing games or whatever. The corporate client that we want on that specific network is going to have the right cert and the right thing, so it allows us to be a little bit more, it allows access control without a lot of human involvement. It's helped significantly, I think. We have less IoT devices on internal networks. And that's the key is, right, your clients, right, that are, that have the right firewall protections and the right antivirus and stuff like that, those are on the internal network. So you're not putting stuff that you don't know whether it has a security vulnerability or if it's easily hacked or whatever, right? So you're allowing those to be in separated networks that kind of silo them off, right, with a PSK or whatever, and you're keeping the internal network to clients that you can, I guess trust is the wrong word because we just used it before, but clients that are protected. I think resilience is super important. The solution needs to be able to hold up, right, and promise what it means to deliver. And in cybersecurity, that's super important because if you have any slight exploit, right, you're going to you're gonna have malware attacks, ransomware attacks, and that's big in our company as more and more you hear about legacy systems being affected, right? So these legacy systems sometimes don't go away. Sometimes you need them. So you got to do your best to either patch them up or protect them either through a firewall or an authenticate access control system, right? That's kind of deal. Protecting the network infrastructure from exploits, right? And really allowing us to segment IoT devices and the corporate network. And then because the corporate network, once you get into it, there really isn't anything protecting from accessing, critical storage systems, accessing critical, mission critical servers, our sales numbers, that sort of deal. So, it's super important that we have the ISE so that, we're only allowing the things that we want into the network that we trust, right? It evaluates solutions, right? It prioritizes it, get manpower behind it. Also, I think too often they put cybersecurity sort of on the back burner. You're trying to maintain operations, and sometimes cybersecurity can get in the way of operation. But trust that system, once you build it up, right, will protect you, and that it's worth the investment in terms of money, labor, and time. It allows that access control, right? I think that's super significant. And it allows you to segment things, right? And allows only certain devices to access the network. I think automation. It seems like everywhere I look, automation is super important. So automation, integrations, right? I mentioned stuff that really helps us. But I think that's kind of the area it could be improved as we get more and more away from a lot of human involvement in machine learning, and just trusting that these systems could automatically help us. I think they were just using PSKs. So, that solution was really built around access control of our corporate networks. So I think they were just using PSKs at every site, and rotating those PSKs or site-specific PSKs. So it really helped us to allow, when somebody comes into the office, they can just connect to the employees network automatically, and it's the same across the board, at every site. I think it was this idea that we needed to simplify things, right? We needed to make it easier on our users to go into an office and connect to the internet and not have to ask an IT guy there or make a ticket, right? So I think that was the important part. I think so. I mean, you're seeing less tickets, I think you have less security issues. I think the return on investment is there. I think it's really improved our situation in our corporate offices. It's an on-prem solution, yeah. I've just been involved with the the secondary deployment, so using the ISE on our wired ports. It was pretty straightforward. I think obviously there was some. It was funny. We did it during COVID, so it was really easy when nobody was in the office to implement the solution. So I think it kind of worked out that way when there was nobody in the office. But otherwise, people have started to come back, and we haven't had really many issues in terms of authentication. It's real easy. People have wired in, and if their client has the right cert, it's been a breeze. They've been authenticated, and it takes minimal amounts of time. We have an operations partner that we deal with pretty often. It's an Austrian company, so NTS. Okay. Yeah, so they work with Cisco a lot on our solutions, and we're evaluating it with them in conjunction, and then making choices based off of that. I'm the on-site hands. I do a lot of the configuration on the switches and stuff like that, but they're doing a lot of the advising. In the past, I've always had pretty good support from Cisco. Their TAC is really good. They're pretty straightforward. I haven't had many experiences with ISE, honestly, that it works so well we haven't had to reach out too much. Probably about a 9. Yeah, I think it works most of the time. I think it depends on the engineer you run into. It depends on the people you deal with. Yeah, I mean, I haven't had many issues in terms of its stability. It doesn't really ever go down. Anytime we ever have any issues with it, it's usually human error. Again, probably a 9. I think there's some improvements to do, in terms of integration, automation. But in terms of all the times I've used it and worked with it, it's been great.